All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. We are inching our way closer to Christmas, and I thought, what better time than now than to open another set of Mark Spears blind bags. And these ones are the Winter Horrorland ones, so Christmas themed. If you watched my video a couple months ago, we did it when he had his Halloween blind bags, and those were great. We opened 5 of them then. Today, we're going to open 10 of them. And as you can see, I decided to kind of make it Mark Spears themed with we've got some other blind bags up there, and then the ones below it on the second shelf are the ones that were opened up from the Halloween blind bags. So like I said before, I'm not a huge blind bag person, but I love Mark Spears art, and I respect the fact that even though he printed a bunch of these things, right, I think it's like 350,000, something like that, both for Halloween and for the Winter Horrorland ones. He has already come out and said he is not going to continue doing blind bags like over and over again and saturate the market. The next time he's going to do a blind bag is next Halloween. So we're going to have a long break, and I'm sure he's going to have a bunch of new great art come next Halloween. But we're going to open these, we're going to enjoy them, we're going to see what we got. But let me show you what the different variants are, what we can get, and some of the high ratio ones and low ratio ones, and even there's another golden ticket in this. So let's take a look at that first, and then we're going to open these. All right, guys. So here are all the different variants that you can find in these blind bags. And thank you to whomever on eBay that had this picture posted. I haven't opened a blind bag yet, so I have not looked at this. But this is the picture that's shown on the back of each of the books. All right, so you can see all the different variants, and very similar to how they did the Halloween one. So A01 and A31. So the first variant essentially means you've got either the cardstock cover or the foil cover. So 01 is the cardstock, 31 is the foil cover, and that goes all the way down to 30. So there are 30 covers, but 60 total because 30 of them are cardstocks, and they all have their alternate foil as well. So if I look at these, right, these are kind of like the base ones. Anything with like a Santa hat, which is kind of cool. This one here, number 12, that's pretty neat. Obviously, where was Frankenstein? Right here. That's kind of neat as well. All right, so after you go through those first 30 and 60, you get to A61, and these are called the Tinsel and Terror foils. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then you get into the ugly sweater ones. There are 4 more of those. Then you get to the dead glow in the dark, and there are 1, 2, so 69, 70, 71, and 72. That is pretty sweet there, that skull. When people were finding the glow in the dark skull ones for the Halloween blind bags, they were kind of hitting a gold mine there. All right, so having the one with the Santa hat on would be nice as well. And then you get into the Silver Screams foil. There are 1, 2, 3, 5 of those. Really cool. Just almost like a black and white, but they call it Silver Screams. Really neat. And then you get into the Krampus naughty list. And the reason they call it Krampus, originally these blind bags were going to be called the something about the Krampus blind bags. But he said he changed it because they wanted it to be titled more along the lines of winter, because winter lasts a longer period, and they wanted these blind bags to last a longer time in terms of the excitement behind it, because these were only coming out on December 17th, and that's only 8 days before Christmas. So they didn't just want to limit it to an 8-day type of thing in terms of excitement. All right, so anyway, Krampus naughty list, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So those are all signed and remarked, and it's limited to, I believe it says 25 copies. I'm sorry, guys, it's a little bit blurry. And when I pull the first one out of the bag, I'll confirm that as well. All right, and then after that, you get some retailer incentives. Okay, and just like they did for Halloween, again, they did the 25 golden tickets. Of course, this time they call it the 25 Days of Krampus ticket. So if you find one of those, you get a 1-of-1 graded comic book. And I believe for Halloween, they were all 9.8s, and they had either a signature or a sketch on it. So really cool to get one of those. Saw a couple videos of people pulling them for Halloween. Haven't seen any yet. Of course, they've just been out like a day or so. And then these are the pull ratios, right? So The first 30, which are the card stock, you get 1 in 34 chance of getting them. And then the foil versions of those, 1 in 300. And then all the harder variants, 1 in 667. And then the A78 through 82. Oh, the Krampus Nautilus, the signed and remarked ones, limited to 25. So that's 1 in 14,000. So those would be the big hitters, and of course the Krampus tickets as well. All right, so with that, let's get into opening these things. So without further ado, let's go. We got 10 to go through, and I'm pretty interested in seeing what happens here because, normally you can take the top of the bag and, kind of fold it over where the top of the comic book ends, right? The comic book ends like right in here, but this time it's a little bit different. It feels like there's a piece of paper that they added that sticks up maybe about a ½ an inch above the top of the comic. And I wonder if they did that to protect the front crease that we were seeing on the Halloween ones. So we'll see. I don't want to cut into that piece of paper. They all have it. And again, I've not opened one of these and I haven't watched any videos online to see what those papers are, but I'm pretty sure it's just an added layer of protection because Mark himself had said they were going to do something different to try and eliminate those, slight little they weren't creases, but they were little, center marks going down the center of the book. But okay, here we go. Let's try and do this. And as we go through these, I will skip through, a majority of the cutting of the tops here, right? So that we can just get right into opening the bags. All right. Here we go. Again, we're going to do 10 of these. Here's the first one. First thing I want to do is pull out this piece of paper. Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is like a protective sheet on the front of the book. So, all right, that's nice. And we'll look and see if there are marks down the front of these like there were for Halloween. All right, first one. All right, we want something with the Santa hat, right? At least one of these 10 bags. All right. You gotta be careful here. Okay, here we go. First book. Oh my gosh, we got a foil. Ha! This is the first foil I've ever pulled. I did not get one for Halloween. Of course, I do have a lot of those bags left over, but really cool. So again, one of the base ones, right? 0 through 30, but this is I guess 31 through 60 because it's the foil version of it. Let me just make sure here. So this is number, and here's what I'm talking about, right? Where you can see everything on the back of it. I know it's really hard to see, especially on a foil cover. Yeah, it's like impossible to see here, but it has all the variants listed. And this looks like it is number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is cover 10, which would make it variant number 40 because it's the foil version. So, all right, I'm very happy with that. So great first pull, first foil that we've got. 1 down, 9 to go, and let's just get into it here. Piece of paper. Book number 2. Hey, it's the base version of the one that I just pulled out. So, here we go. 10 and 4. Wait, are these the same? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right? These are they look different. Are these not? No, these are not the same guys. So this is 22. They look very similar, but they're not. This is a different guy. This is so on the non-foil ones, it's a little easier to see that, but it's still going to be blurry. But this is this guy over here, which is 22. So this is cover 22. All right. Good. 2 different covers so far. Onward. All right. Book number 3. All right. We got the werewolf cover. Nice. And by the way, this is this issue. These are all issue number 8 from his original monster series. All right. So the 8th issue of that series. Very cool yellow cover. This looks like it's cover number 8. Very nice. I absolutely love his art, you guys. It's fantastic. Oh, you know what? By the way, we have not been looking for one of the Krampus tickets, and I was told Well, at least with the Halloween ones, I never got one, but they were buried on the second page, but nothing in there. Let's check the other two. Nope, nothing there. And the first one that we got, the foil one, nothing there as well. Okay. Just got to make sure. You never know. It'd be nice to get some of these on video. All right, let's do the next one. The sheet. Book number 4. Oh. This one is wrapped up. It's very interesting. So it has, you can't see it on camera, but there's almost like it kind of looks like a grain, wood grain on this. Let's see what is on the inside here. Kind of excited. Another blank sheet. And let's go one more. Ah, cool, an ugly sweater. This is really neat. So cool. All right, so there's some texture to this as well. Like wherever you see like the eyes and the trees and even some other things as well, right? There's like a texture on some of the artwork on the cover here. That is really neat. So what did we say that that odd is? Ugly sweater? I don't know. I think it's like part of the 1 in 667. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, because A61 to A77, 1 in 667. And this one is A68. So yeah, falls right in there. All right. Very cool. Ugly sweater. Love it. That's a nice hit, you guys. Nice hit. And again, I've said this before, blind bags, nobody is going to get rich ever on blind bags. But, you know, I don't know what that's worth. You know, these bags are what, $5.99 each, right? $5.99 each. And that, I haven't looked it up. I don't know. Maybe it's a $20 book, maybe not. And all the other ones you probably can sell for maybe $5 or get them slabbed. There are going to be a lot of 9/8s floating around out there. But I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm doing it only because I love his artwork. All right, so 4 down, 6 to go. That was 4, right? All right, here we go. Number 5. Ugh, a repeat. That's okay. So a little bit disheartened here, and you probably can't see it. Even with that protective sheet, there's still, I'm going to try and get it at the right angle here. There is still a line going down the center of this book. You might be able to see it closer to the bottom there as I get the light on it. Tough to tell. It is definitely less... it's still fairly significant. But nonetheless, we can press that out. Good cover. Too bad it's a duplicate. I hope I don't get any more duplicates here, but I know that happens. All right, so that's 5 down. We're halfway there. Let's do the next 5 and hope for another big hit here. All right, here we go, number 6. Oh, nice. Nice. These are, this is one of the, it's kind of, I believe that's like a Dungeons and Dragons cover. And I'm trying to remember, this is just called, let's see, what does it have here? The dragon. So this is cover, what is it? A5. All right, so a base cover. But I believe that's Dungeons and Dragons theme, right? Pretty sure. Oh yeah, we gotta check for golden tickets in here. Anywhere, right? Any golden tickets? Nope. Let's do that other one as well. No tickets. I'll look more closely outside the video here, but I'm pretty sure it would just fall right out. All right, 6 down, 4 to go. All right, let's hope. I want something with the Santa Claus hat, you guys. And we've got more to open, but I'd really like to show them here, you know. All right, number 7. Ooh. What cover is this? Cover 28. Nice. It's kind of like an old-fashioned vampire cover back from the Victorian days. Pretty cool. I'll take it. Okay, 3 to go. All right, number 7. Ah, Dracula. Very nice. Cover. Where is he? 13. Lucky 13, right? Let's see here. Not so lucky. Okay, 2 more to go. All right, number 9. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's like a spider type of ghouly guy. Which is this? Cover number 3. Number 3. All right. Okay. Last one. Here we go. All right. Some last pack magic, as some would say in the trading card world. All right, number 10. Last one for the video. Ah, Dracula and Frankenstein battling it out. Very nice. This is... All right, cover 19. So there we go. So some of these covers look perfect in terms of the little mark down the center. This one, nothing at all. Perfect. Okay. One last check. No tickets. And all right, so that's it. All right, that was fun, and it was nice opening 2 somewhat special books. So the first one we got, we have to recap, right? So 8 of them were just the base books. Only 2 duplicates, which was nice. But then we got the foil, which was the first one we opened. Then we got this ugly Christmas sweater one, which had a couple different protective sheets on it. Very cool. And these white sheets are stapled right to the spine. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to take those off. And I assume I will at some point. But that was it. So I'll open more in the future here for sure as we get closer to Christmas. But I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which one of those covers are your favorite. And if you open some of these, let me know what you got. Did you get any big hits, any foils, any ugly Christmas sweaters? Did you get a glow in the dark? That's what people want. So I'm kind of bummed I didn't get anyone with the Santa hat, but we're going to keep going. We'll find one eventually. All right, so hope everyone is enjoying the Christmas season here and excited for Christmas. We've got, what, like a week? I think it's a week from today as I shoot this video. So hope everyone's enjoying it. Looking forward to your comments. Until next time, have a great day.